Paul Kabwama had nothing to make life meaningful for himself, but he had an idea to implement if only he had some financial breakthrough. But this came into reality when Sawa World, an NGO that empowers vulnerable people, set in.
Sawa World is an international NGO that empowers vulnerable youth with easy-to-start, eco-friendly, simple hands-on business skills. Paul, the entrepreneur being featured today, is among the many entrepreneurs we work with to impact communities with business skills. He's a poultry farmer and a coffee grower that uses coffee husks as beddings for his poultry.
I'm a poultry farmer. I also grow coffee and sweet banana, basically. I'm also a trainer with the Sawa World.
Paul was inspired by his parents who used to do poultry farming at a very small scale at home.
I started poultry farming as an enterprise in 2002. What inspired me, during our times when we were still young, our parents used to rear local chicken and it would fetch them some good money. So when I grew up, I also looked at it as a venture which can also get me some money.
He has since grown to a ton of 850 local birds where he benefits more from eggs.
I began rearing local chicken basically for egg purposes because you find one tray of local eggs sells 20,000. What makes me different from other poultry farmers in my area is that myself, I embrace the poultry value chain. I looked at what I use in rearing poultry. Basically, I use the coffee husks. So when I use the coffee husks as a litter in my poultry farm, after some time, you remove the coffee husks and then take in my garden and get a higher production.
To build his market base, Paul started by targeting his neighbors, but he has since widened, capturing most of the organic markets and cancer patients.
My first market are the village mates, and now like the eggs I sell to the organic markets, like the Chilima market. I sell in the Gaba and the Chibuye. And also there are people who are suffering from cancer, because we know that one of the things that tries to fight cancer is the local egg. Poultry farmers in Uganda are facing a challenge of the market. We have our neighbors like Kenya, they used to take our eggs, but currently Kenya is no longer taking our eggs. Many farmers would want to local poultry, but fencing becomes a big challenge. You need to rear these local poultry in the local way. They need to keep around, they feed on the grass, they look for the ants in order to get a quality egg. You need to take caution of looking after your poultry well. You need to consider treating them. You need to devise preventive measures. When they are still young, you must immunize them. Immunize all the immunizable diseases like the Malix, the Newcastle, the followpox, the fall typhoid. Like for me, once in a week, I use my local herbs. Whenever I give them water, I put the local herbs in the water. You must do that at least on a weekly basis. You must give them some local herbs like the aloe vera. You must control any breeding in a local poultry if you are a local poultry farmer, because if you don't, then you won't be successful. You need to consider the local practices, because the local poultry, they need to keep that local environment, like keeping them outside. They need to sunbathe, because when the local poultry sunbathe, it helps them to boost their immunity. Cleanliness also another aspect to consider. It is easy to feed local poultry because they can feed on anything. After getting some good money from poultry, I managed to fence off 8 acres with the chain link. I've also managed to buy some land.